Mostly cloudy skies right now. This afternoon, we're looking at some improving weather. If you were up with us this morning, we were showing a sky cam here in Fargo that was quite obscured. It was quite foggy here this morning, and we had some issues with that. Just a few areas of slippery spots in Fargo, a little worse up north. So some signs of improvement just in our sky cam, but also if we look at our visibility map, we've got some numbers that are looking a lot better for us in eastern North Dakota. Now, it's not the case the farther east you go. Into Minnesota, we're looking at some numbers below 1 mile in Fergus Falls, Detroit Lakes, up to Fosston at about a mile or less. So still some fog here, some freezing drizzle, some areas of even some flurries too that are working their way eastward, still associated with that system that's been moving through. So gradually we'll see these numbers improve from west to east as well here in the valley in general. Now, looking at your radar and satellite map, not really depicting that that situation or scenario very well, but you can see there is some moisture in the air. The radar detecting some of that drizzle happening in places like Crookston and then down into Norman County, the Ada area. Some flurries perhaps happening there too. And this is all, again, rolling eastward with that center of low pressure. And we are starting to see that wind behind that switch to a northwesterly direction to the east. Wind still coming in out of the north, all rotating around that low. And we'll continue to see that wind make its way into a northwesterly direction. And that brings in a little bit drier air, maybe even slightly cooler for some. And it is a little cooler up in the Devil's Lake Basin, some low to mid 20s there. Warmer into Fargo, back over toward Oaks and Detroit, or rather Jamestown, and we're looking at temperatures there into the low 30s right now. So some of us even reaching that freezing or melting point. Now here's a look at our hour-by-hour planner. We'll see those numbers either go up a few more degrees here today or just kind of level off over the afternoon. And eventually, once of course that sun sets, those temperatures start their slide back into the teens and some low 20s. This is 7 o'clock, and you can see most of that that rain and snow or drizzle and snow has moved on at this point in time. Still can't rule it out in the east, but overall this system winding down as we head into the nighttime hours tonight. Now, heading into the overnight hours and into tomorrow, we have the potential for some fog again to start off the day tomorrow in the valley. So something to keep in mind with some lighter wind and a little bit of clearing happening. So fog may be our issue to start the day. Temperatures are going to remain mild, some 20s to some low 30s for your highs in the afternoon, and just some quiet weather ahead for your Friday, and not feeling too chilly either coming up for tomorrow and to round out the work week. Now, as we look ahead to your weekend, Saturday, if you're going to be tailgating, it looks really nice compared to where we've been. Of course, you're still going to want to wear your winter weather gear, but we're looking at some numbers to start the day in the 20s, ending up in the low 30s for Fargo. And this weekend, basically looking pretty dry and quiet. There is going to be a big storm system that looks to pass south, well south of us, affecting places like Sioux Falls and perhaps even the Twin Cities. If you're traveling in those areas, you're going to want to check the forecast here. And we are looking at us on the north side of that, staying on the dry side. Into next week, a few chances for snow Monday and Tuesday, with temperatures cooling a little bit coming up for next week. So all in all, now that we're getting this murky weather out of here, we'll end up enjoying a couple of pretty nice mild days.
I was about to say, I think this is one of the best 7 days you have showed in quite some time here.
We've had some pretty frigid ones. We've had ones that had a bunch of chances for some snow, which is nice as we're heading into the holiday season.
But not back in October.
No, it was not nice then.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa.